Hi, I'm Dr. Reinhardt from Briar Patch Veterinary Hospital. I'm going to answer some questions about dog nutrition today, and my assistant Jet is going to help us.
Dr. Reinhardt, what's the right food to feed my dog?
There's no single answer to that question. There are lots and lots of good dog foods on the market or out available for you to find. There are also some that are not so great, but uh, the right answer for your pet uh, has many factors to consider, including what age they are, what illnesses they might have, or tendencies they might have, and so it's a really independent answer.
What are the life stages of a dog for feeding them? You mentioned the age matters for choosing a food.
Yeah, so there are three main life stages that we think about. Puppies, of course, I think we all know puppies need special food. Puppies are doing a lot of rapid growing in a very short time, um, and so they need special support for their building blocks and their growth. Then we talk about all life stages type of food that is really for our kind of from puppy till up until they're a senior, and then there are senior diets as well that can help us when we're starting to slow down a little bit, when our pets are starting to have some maybe aches and pains and not getting around as well, and when their nutritional needs are changing.
Is there a way that I should wean my puppy to get them onto their regular food once they're finished?
For sure, we want to do that slow and careful. Usually, the best way to do that is to choose an adult food that is the same brand or same type of food as your puppy food, and then you want to gradually mix those two foods together until you've transitioned to fully on the adult food. You want to do that over a period of a few weeks.
Now, when it comes to feeding my dog, should I feed them just free fed throughout the day or should I feed them when I eat? How often should they eat throughout the day?
Really good question. So, the very best way to feed our dogs is to feed them meals. Most of our adult patients, um, we recommend 2 meals per day. So, basically, a breakfast and a dinner with a measured portion that they are offered at that time instead of leaving food out all the time, because that can trend for them to overeat or to eat inappropriately. Puppies are a little bit different. They often need to eat 3 or 4 times a day, depending on the puppy. We would talk about that at your puppy exam, but in general, 2 meals a day is ideal for most patients.
How do I know if I'm feeding my dog too much or if their nutrition's suffering?
We will evaluate their nutritional health as much as we can during their preventive care exams. We will also evaluate something called body condition score, and that's a tool that we use to tell, are they a little underweight, are they a little overweight, are they just the right weight. We can show you a chart when you're here for your visit that helps explain what we're looking for when we're giving that body condition score, and how you can help evaluate your pet at home as they either gain or lose weight based on our evaluation.
What are the essential nutrients my dog needs from their food?
Well, I think the things that we think are most important and that we talk about when we're looking at nutrition labels are proteins. That's usually pretty obvious. That's the meat portion usually. Fat, carbohydrates. Sometimes we're looking at the fiber amount depending on the patient. And then of course all of the vitamins and minerals in the food.
How will a veterinarian be able to assess if my dog is getting proper nutrition?
Well, that body condition score is really the first thing that we evaluate when we're talking about nutrition for your pet. We're also looking at all of your pet to see if they're healthy. So, how do their eyes look? How do their teeth look? How is their fur? Is the fur nice and soft and lush, or is it a little bit brittle and thin? Nutrition can affect all of those things, and so it's a really chance for us to look at the whole patient and talk about nutrition as a component of that.
For dog food, there's so many brands out there. How will I know which one's the best for my dog?
It's really hard. There are a lot of brands out there. What I often recommend for my puppy owners when we're getting started with puppies is to let me know what they think they should be feeding or what they are feeding. And we can talk about if that's a reasonable food for your pet, if they're doing really well on it, if they're eating well and they're having normal stool. If they're not, or if the diet seems to be lacking in some things, then we'll recommend a more appropriate diet for your pet. But there's so many on the market that often it means that we want to hear what you are looking at first and evaluate if that seems to be a good food.
Now, when looking at foods, I've seen prescription diets. When would my dog need a prescription diet?
That's also a good question. Most of those patients are a little bit older, not all of them, but patients that have illnesses that we can treat, at least partially or maybe even completely with diet. Those are the patients that need prescription diets. So if I'm thinking about examples, some of those are pets with gastrointestinal issues or kidney disease issues, liver disease, diabetes, sometimes thyroid problems. All of those things we can help with diet. So those are the pets that we would prescribe specific foods for. I think that's a lot of questions we answered today. If you have more, we're happy to answer those as well. Please call us to schedule an appointment. We're looking forward to seeing you.